and welcome to the Trey and Sparks YouTube channel. As always, I am Trey and I'm here with my wonderful assistant Sparks.
I am not your assistant.
I'm here with my business partner Sparks, and I have to admit, Sparks, I have been bopping around with a little bit of a bounce in my step.
I've noticed.
I have taken delivery of the GT350R and safely delivered it home. It is in my garage, and I'm telling you, I really am excited for this car. So really, I think that I'd like to take this video and kind of talk about what my ideas are for this channel, this car, and what we have lined up in the future. So I'm going to begin with just talking a little bit about myself and how did I end up buying a GT350R. My background is I am somewhat of a car guy. I have old BMWs at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two E30 BMWs. They're both 1991. One is a bone stock 318 IS that's had the bodywork done. It's been repainted. It is very close to being a complete car. I also have a second E30 that is a swapped E30. It has an S50 engine out of 1999 M3. And so that's the car that I typically track. That car was built by my friend in Columbus, Ohio, and he did an excellent job building the car. It is the car that I track and autocross, and I just love that car. And then I have a third BMW, a 1999 M3 convertible, and that's really for my wife, if I'm being honest. I do enjoy driving that one as well. So when it came time for me to get a new car, I was very interested in the M2, the BMW M2 that came out, and a few years went by, and then I heard about the M2 competition, and so I waited for that, and then I waited, and there was going to be the BMW M2 competition CS, or the Club Sport. So they kept on improving on the car, and I kept on holding off to buy it. And it was around this time that I kind of got somewhat impatient, and I found out about this GT350 Shelby and the amazing engine it has, and I just kind of fell in love with it. So that's a little bit of my background with regard to the different cars I have. Now, what I like to talk about next is what I think would be really cool is to give a shout out to the people on YouTube that really inspired me about this car. And I have to start with Speed Phenom. If you have not gone to that channel, go to that channel. He has a GT350R that he tracks, and I watched his videos and kind of became very interested in the GT350R. And the more I kind of explored YouTube, then I found Raiti's Rides, who just got himself a GT350R Heritage package. I watched all of his videos. And I've watched a little bit of Eddie X and his videos. And finally, I've also watched a lot of the Fanatic YouTube videos. So as I started thinking, I feel, now Sparks, you tell me if I'm wrong here. I feel now that I have a GT350R, I'm kind of part of this club. I'm part of the guys on YouTube, even though we only have one video. I'm part of the guys on YouTube that have a GT350R. And then I was thinking to myself, what if we did something kind of crazy? What if we invited Speed Phenom, Eddie X, Fanatic, and Raiti's Rides to have a day at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course where they bring their GT350Rs. We arrange this.
Mm-hmm.
They're there, and we all take turns on that track, and we see who has the fastest, who is the best driver of the GT350R. Now, these guys all do great reviews of the car, but who's the fastest driver? That's really what it's all about. And so what I would like to do is offer them a challenge. I would like to invite them. This is basically September 2020.
Mm-hmm.
We're still in the midst of the COVID crisis. What I want to do is invite them next summer. So this would be September 2021. where we make contact with these guys and we bring them out to Mid-Ohio and we actually do some lap times. Now, they could make videos. I think that, it would just be kind of a big event. They could each make their own video about it, and they'd have to put their money where their mouth is and actually drive their cars on the course and really see who is the best driver or who has, developed the best driving skills. We're going to limit it to the regions.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Auto Fanatic is in the Northeast. I believe Raiti's Rides is in obviously in Florida, so he'd be the Southeast. Trey and Sparks, I'm giving myself a spot in this race, would be in the Midwest. Speed Phenom is obviously on the West Coast in California. So we need to find a couple other YouTubers who have GT350Rs to maybe fill in these other spots. And I would take suggestions from people in the comments. Please leave a comment if you have someone that you'd be interested to see who actually does YouTube videos about the GT350 and the GT350R. I will be honest with you. There's a lot of people that make videos about they have a GT350. They make videos, but I'm really there has to be some way to cut down the field. So I really think that this needs to be exclusive to only those who have a GT350R. So that's why all those guys are, they have the GT350R. I think that we should limit the race to them. So what do you get if you win the race? Well, you are the champion for that year. We are going to put together a trophy, and I've got some ideas about the trophy we're going to create for this annual event. Again, 2021, September 2021 will be the first event. And I also think that something like a race jacket would also go to the winner. And so there'd be some work that would be done on that, Sparks. Now, in the following years, I think that each region should be in charge of deciding who goes to the event. So the Southeast region, they need to submit their entry by, let's say, July before.
Mm-hmm.
And they could decide however they want. Maybe they have their own little independent track day where they, battle it out to see who represents the Southeast. Again, the criteria, they have to be the owner of a GT350R. They have to be YouTubers. They have to be guys that have, good YouTube following to represent their region, and they have to have good driving skills. I think that the guys are going to love it when they hear this. I'm interested to know if the people that are following this channel would be interested in something like that. I've never seen any other YouTube channel try to get something like that off the ground. We are brand new. We have very few followers at this point. We have very few views. But if we could get the masses that watch these other YouTube channels buying into this, eventually these guys are going to find out about it. I really would like to meet the Speed Phenom guy and the Auto Fanatic guy and Eddie X and the Raiti Rides guy who's making all this great YouTube content.
Yeah.
And I will let the viewers know I am going to be preparing for this. I've already tracked at Mid-Ohio to really understand that race course and the true lines to take. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm a BMW guy, so I took my swapped E30, and I've yet to track the 350R yet. But I will be doing that in preparation because, I don't want to embarrass myself, Sparks, at this inaugural event that I created.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about it. I want a lot of support. I want a lot of comments. I want this video to get to Raiti's Rides. I want it to get to Auto Fanatic, Eddie X, and Speed Phenom. If those guys are listening and actually stumble upon this video, I just want to say, first of all, thank you. You inspired me to buy this car. If Ford is listening to this, they need to hear this. I didn't buy the car because of Ford's advertising. I bought the car because of those YouTubers. And so you should support the YouTube channels that are promoting your vehicles. And that really goes for any car manufacturer. Thank you to those guys I've listed in this video. You inspired me to buy the car. I am ecstatic about the car, and I cannot wait for September 2021, where the first ever YouTuber GT350R Challenge at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course will take place. Thanks, Sparks.
Sparks, I've told you, I don't want any pandering for likes and subscribes. Absolutely not.
Trey, how many times do I have to tell you? I do what I want.